Hello everyone, I know it's been a long time, and it's been a longer time since you saw me in this way, where only my hands were visible. Yeah, January was full of drama, and I've spent the last week sick as a dog, so as I film this, I still cannot correctly breathe through my nose and still coughing and sneezing every now and then. It's not pleasant. But I am starting to feel better. I am starting to get the bug to work again, rather than the bug to just lay in bed and hope I don't feel like a zombie in the morning. So I thought I'd ease back into this with something a little bit more basic, down to earth. Since I introduced everyone to Glyos with an entire week full of videos, I thought I kind of earned the right to make it a little bit more regular on the channel. But since admittedly reviewing these would get rather tedious, I mean, we will admit it's usually the same molds and different color schemes and whatnot, I thought instead of just reviewing them as they came in, how about just at the end of the month, let's just do a nice little even recap of what I picked up, just so you can see what came out if you're not quite paying attention. This is absolutely useless because they're already sold out by the time you see it, but hey, at least you saw what you missed and you know to pay attention next time. So right now, it's just kind of the Glyos recap, and maybe we'll figure out an intro and some kind of fancier name later. But yeah, it's basically just going to be a little bit of show and tell and just show you what came out. First up, something I mentioned in Glyos 101, Toyfinity finally shipped out the Ultimate Maxx Zero. Look at how nice this guy came out. I mean, this is an absolute beauty of a toy. This is the ultimate version. He released completely unpainted for customizers, as well as a much more subdued color scheme. This one is as loaded as they could get, and man, did they load it out. I love all the different gray panels and the darker gray lining, all these little blue spots here and there in multiple shades. Like even on the top, you got little rainbow lights on the top of the head. Incredible. It's absolutely marvelous. I mean, yeah, I can understand. A lot of people are going to look at this and just think it's a lot of noise, and it's just too busy. I think the gray shades are all close enough to each other. They kind of mute that effect a little bit, and I get more of a panel effect rather than just extra colors and detail. The colors themselves pop enough from all the gray to really stand out and keep it from looking like, oh yeah, there's just a ton going on here. There is a ton going on here, but it's not all the same thing, so I kind of work with it. Now, the one thing about this, these did come out a little bit tighter in the sockets than most of the RoboForce, so this does require a little bit of heat before building. I might wait till spring and give him a little bit more of a proper, maybe short form review. Yeah, we will see. But that was what Toyfinity did over January. Also, I wanted to bring this up. Since Glyos 101, Knee Stuff did have a new drop, but it came out well in December, so it's kind of disqualified for this. But he did just post up a bunch of new customs, so with the December drop, I did pick up a custom I wanted to show off because this guy is freaking epic. Look at that guy. It's like a cyborg Lombax for everyone who actually knows what a Lombax is. I love the color on this thing, the metallic orange and the glittery orange the head is cast from. It's really freaking good. I love the gritty silver, too. Love that. What I like about the custom is, now that I know enough about Glyos, I can kind of see where everything came from. There's some Traveler and some Outlander to his design. There's a Phaseon arm. That's Traveler. Bunch of Buildman parts here, too. And some extra axis joints. The sickle hand, this murder hand that he's come with, is from a Weaponeer Von Ka. The head is one of Knee's custom creations that isn't mass-produced. He just runs it from resin every now and then. And it's one of my favorites that he's made. It's like absolutely like devilish. I love it. So that one I was quite happy with. So yeah, the guy is always making weird customs, and last month and this month is no different. So one-of-a-kind stuff. I love it. Now we're going to get into O'Nell's stuff, and This kind of goes everywhere because you know how much Onel drops at a time. Didn't used to be that way. They used to have enormous drops of stuff where it's just like you could spend $200 and pick up just like one of everything. This year the releases are supposed to be a lot smaller, and this one was more subdued. The big thing in this release was it was the return of the Armorvore mold that Matt was working on a new head for. The head was giving him a lot of trouble, so it missed its debut by several months. And we'll finish that off last. First off, the new Kraboth from the drop, starting with this guy in this light blue paint with kind of a translucent electric blue. This is probably one of my favorite Kraboth, and maybe just because he's so Mega Man in color, but I really like the effect it has. Really nice one. Let's see. Moving on, we have this purple and brown number, very strange colors. They made a Super Kraboth in this size, but it really didn't appeal to me enough to spend the $25 on the behemoth, so that's good enough. And I like how it looks well enough. And then this one, it's kind of a contrast, where brown paint and a beige plastic. And this one I actually find more favor in color-wise. Blends a little bit better, I think. Actually, I got one of those unpainted. Whenever you order, you usually get some kind of bonus, some axis joints, usually like a little Kraboth like this. I saw others got an off-white Kraboth. So that's, that's some of the things you can get. There's all four of them. There you go. I love these little guys. They're nice to see in big swarms, all in different colors. Some people who spent a ton of money got a off-white and beige Traveler. Or, no, not a Traveler, a Glyon, actually. Which might be from an upcoming colorway. We don't know. That's kind of the fun part about some of those freebies that get snuck in. Okay, and continuing on a theme from the last drop, we have this one I showed off in Glyos 101. This is the Redlaw Thanos in his floating armor and translucent purple. This was such a hit when it came out, and he continued the trend because of that. As you can see now, I've upgraded him with axis joints and a phase arm set, so he's now in the tracker configuration, looking very badass while doing so. But the big deal about Redlaw this time was Arjun returned, the advanced build of the Buildman, and he took a shot at the color scheme. And again, the translucent purple and the silver is a really cool looking combination, especially outlined in the black. You can see the extra bits on his backpack are done the same way. Little details all over, including that little Cyclops eye in the back. Very nice. Very cool stuff. The only problem with this one I find is there's really not enough of that Redlaw look coming through. I mean, really, it's just in the eyes and the waist section here. So that floating armor that made the first one so cool really isn't here. Like, even the tampograph on the chest is pretty standard and doesn't have the black outline. So I feel a missed opportunity with this one. Yeah, I think it could have been pushed a little bit farther than this. Oh, I am glad that it was popular, though. It is a really cool color scheme, and I do look forward to seeing someone else try taking it up, maybe an Armorvore or such. There was a new Traveler, and it was in the Sarvos family line, which is my favorite of them. Really like this one. This very nice cerulean blue and gray. It's very he's got I was joking that he has hard knuckle equipped because those are the Mega Man colors it reminded me of. So that's nice. I always love adding to my Sarvoses. It came in with Glyons in that color too, but I wasn't feeling Glyons this month. Now, of course, the big deal were the new Armorvores. So I'm gonna show you the basic one first with the standard head. Here he goes in this all brown and red number, which I really like, and it kind of goes in with the last Armorvore that was made in the Rig Crew brown and black. It's kind of a nice extension. I do like this one. It's fairly basic, though. Now, it is using the old head, which you can see, and they still painted it all the way, so it's got the dog head on the back. Now, the big deal here was that the always loved wolf head was going away. And here, this one wasn't new, but it is one I have the wolf head on already. And the wolf head is really the strongest connection it has to Battle Beast overall, the original homage of the armor boar. However, I do get the problem behind the head. Because it's all fur, no real way of dividing it up paint-wise, there's really only so much you can do with it. Eventually, you're going to run out of colors to paint this head in. Like, I don't even own many armor boars. And as it is, I've got multiple wolf heads in silver that I can't tell apart at a first glance. And then, of course, I've got grays that look like the silver ones, too. It gets repetitive. And while it does allow that head to fit on any armor board, and it just looks like a wolf guy in power armor, it also means this gets really repetitive over time and really limits options. So it was kind of time to do away with it. I think it seemed almost every color it possibly could have been in. And in its place, this thing. I freaking love this new head. This Saurian T-Rex looking thing. I'm gonna shoot for a pronunciation here and say it is a Neo-Grathan. I might be mispronouncing that. I have no idea, because I've never heard the word spoken before. But it is very T-Rex-ish. It is very Saurian. I love that sunken in eye. It's very intimidating looking. I love all the line details in this too. And a little bit left here and there, just all over. So much detail went into this. I kind of see why this might have given him trouble creating, because it is so involved. And there's so many deep molding ridges going into this. I like it because it better blends in with the body, and it allows the paint to better match the alternate head. This way it looks more complete. It looks like a solid unit, while still actually looking like an exposed head. It's a really nice blend. I think it's a really nice change from the norm. So, I'm in favor of this. I know people who aren't happy with it. They would prefer the wolf head to stay forever. I think it was time to put the dog down. And I really welcome the new look here. Now, the one that really caught my eye, the one that I think was the king of this entire drop, this bad boy. And of course, his Dino head was in black and green, but man, it looks so good with a robot head. And it's totally animated lockdown colors. I love that. I don't even know if that's the real inspiration behind it or if it's just coincidental, but man, the toy looks sharp in this. When Glyos 101 was being made, I was shopping around trying to find some, like, definitive, badass-looking armor boar. Something that just kind of screamed, oh, that is cool. And the best I had at the time was the Mega Man X homaged Ecro-Yex. This would have been the one I used, because this looks absolutely brutal. I love this color. Love the combinations on that toy. Absolutely awesome. So, in a nutshell, like, this isn't everything that Glyos produced in January. There was a brand new Glyos line of, like, someone released a pro wrestling alligator. It's kind of weird. Like, as I said, Glyos goes in unexpected directions. If there's something that doesn't appeal to you, maybe there will be soon. So, there's always things out there. There's more coming, and everyone's doing something different with it, so it's actually kind of cool to see everything evolve. So, that's the Glyos I picked up. There's still a lot I did not, so look around for it. Maybe some of it's still around. I don't know. And if this becomes a thing, I'll see you at the beginning of March for everything that came out in February, which some of it's already on the way. Maybe we'll actually have an intro by then. And for those worried about it, no, this is not becoming a Glyos channel. I've got Plastic Addicts that are half-written, TJTVs that are half-written. I just have to wait for my sinuses to completely recover first.